for those of you on the audio version of we got Russ Tuttle with us from the Stop Trafficking Project, that the Run to Stop It program is helping fund. The one we're trying to raise the extra $300 for to get the $300 matching donation. So, make sure you get in there and go to therockofkc.com and go down to the donation. You got to go all the way to the bottom on the donate. You click on the Run to Stop It, go down to the bottom, click on the button to donate, and put in the notes, memo notes, TRKS, RTSI, and whatever you can. And we're trying to get that $300 extra donation or matching donation. Russ is the forefront in going in front of our kids out there. Now you're basically mostly in Kansas and Missouri, correct, Russ?
Most of Kansas, Missouri. We're doing some things in Michigan, and we spend a couple weeks every year in Washington State, and it's going to open up more to us. We're just kind of finding where our capacity is, what we can actually handle. We've got requests from several other states around the country to do some things as well. And right now we're just kind of pumping the brakes saying no, because we just don't have the capacity yet. We're trying to raise the funds to build the team bigger and actually have the facilitators who can go be those adults. Goes to. Yeah, to be those adults who can go do the presentation to the kids and actually make the difference. So, and it's crazy because when I do this whole adult thing, right? So unfortunately,
I love the adult thing. That's beautiful.
It's so great. We literally hear reports of kids walking around afterwards, for weeks. Like high schoolers, middle schoolers go, "Who's your adult?" Right? Like the follow-up stuff we have afterwards, right? And that's a beautiful thing because unfortunately for a lot of our kids, there's not a trusted adult at home. So unfortunately now what I have to do is I actually have to define for kids what is a trusted adult. Right. Because unfortunately a trusted adult is not someone just based on the fact that they have a title or position in a kid's life. Because unfortunately too many of our students have been harmed by people who have trusted places of position of power and authority in our lives. Yeah. So that's kind of how this whole thing works. But when they have those adults in their lives, and a lot of times it's through the school, especially if they don't have someone in their home. I mean, it's a powerful and beautiful thing. So in fact, I had this kid. So I had this fourth grade kid. He comes up to me at Evan Assembly and he walks up to me and he said, "Now I know, Mr. Tuttle, that you said in Assembly, it's not about getting someone in trouble. It's about keeping my friends safer." But he said, "I got to tell you, I want to get some kids in trouble." And he names these boys. And he says, they're all in 6th grade and they're on bus number 9. And I watch them every morning and every day going to school. And they have their phones and they are showing little kids pornography on their phones. Yeah. I want to get them in trouble. I'm like, dude, fist bump like that. Like, yes, like you're a hero. Like you are stepping up to be a hero. I hear the heartbreaking stories, but the fun stories are like what is just so amazing when kids come up and go, "You know what? I am a hero."
Right. And
I am a hero.
The great thing is,
and you're my adult. I'm a half brain hero.
The great thing is you are getting these kids to get the courage to step up and say, "No, this is not right." And no, you're not going to show that to my neighbor's, 2nd grade kid or whatever, unfortunately, because there are a lot of school buses that do have the intermixing. It's not just, elementary and then high school. I mean, I know they try to do that, but there's lots of places where they don't. And, just because of funding and whatnot. So I heard about it a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but when I had custody of my daughters and they were riding the school bus, they were in middle school, but they're riding with the high schoolers. And one of my daughters was always talking about a bunch of kids, usually boys, but they're showing porn and they're looking at porn on their phones. And so she actually reported it to the school bus driver. School bus driver in turn got off the bus with the boys, went to their house and said, "Hey, your son is using his phone to look at pornographic material." And I'm not sure what the exact end result was, but I know there was a lot of unhappy parents. And the problem is, we as parents, even as much as we can try to stay involved, it gets past us. If they got a will, there's a way. And because the pornographic industry and all that, they make it so easy. Well, look at the Roblox thing. I mean, goodness gracious. How often do you find things like that where parents are just like, I had no idea. Things that they think are safe are completely being devastated by these predators sneaking in. How often do you find a lot of that?
Yeah, literally every presentation I do for adults, whether it's for professionals in law enforcement, or sexual assault nurse examiners, or it's for other professionals, or it's the general public, I hear it literally every time I speak to adults. They're like, I had no idea. Like, one of the things on Roblox right now is the XYZ room. It's bathroom sex.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
so and now you've got 52% of teens in America, and this is a pattern I'm seeing nationwide. 52% of teens are consistently using an AI companion
yeah, yeah.
for relationship and advice and romance and fun and adventure. I'm literally having students now in school assemblies tell me I would rather communicate with my AI companion than what you call a adult.
Right. Because
And
the AI
that's a
companion tells them what
terrifying.
they want to hear.
That's right.
Yeah. And an adult.
So that's right. But an actual trusted adult is gonna give them guidelines, and it's gonna be like my dog Bandit. You don't leave the front yard unless you're on a leash. It's a
Right.
safety thing. It's a boundary. Well, kids might initially think they don't want that because they're half brains, but deep down intuitively, they know they appreciate the boundaries. They know they like the boundaries. That's a thing that has to happen, right?
And there's
So
Bandit in the background right
yeah,
now.
Bandit's up there barking right now. Yeah, appreciate that. Right on cue,
Hey,
knucklehead dog.
nope. I'd rather have him out there barking than sitting there laying asleep going, whatever. Just go ahead, do what you
Yeah.
got to do.
Right. It means either the FedEx guy or Amazon or UPS is here, probably.
Yeah, I get that. Now, one of the things I was going to ask about, it just totally slipped my head. But now, due to this, the Roblox kind of thing, um, where, how can we as parents, I guess, how do we, I mean, besides just sitting over their shoulder all the time, how is there another way that we can safeguard our kids? Because, I mean, and again, I know Roblox started off innocent and then it got infiltrated. Okay. Um, but and the sad thing is Roblox is defending all that crap now. But I mean, there's a lot of good fun sites out there that kids should be allowed to play on. How do we know what is and what isn't, and how do we get it to make it safe for them to be on some of these sites, or do we just say no? I mean, is there just no way of doing that? Do you know?
Well, so there's a balance there because technology is never going away, right? So
Right.
we actually have an app. So if you go to our website, the stoptraffickingproject.com, we have an
Yeah, which
entire
I've got
resource
scrolling
section.
down here.
Yeah, we've got an entire resource section. On the bottom of our page, we also have an app. And on that app, it will take you to another app that will tell you about 51 apps you need to currently know about. Okay, so it gives you, as an adult, it gives you the option to click. Okay, you can scroll down. Once you get there, you can scroll down. You can go to Roblox, and you can click on it, and it'll just give you the facts. And you, as an adult, can make your decision whether you actually want your kid to participate in that or not. I mean, it gives you the facts.
Okay.
So that's one thing you can do. But one of the primary things that we tell adults, and especially if you're a parent, is don't live in fear regarding this issue, but just really be wise. And so the unfortunate thing is there's no, this is how it is for every single kid, right? Because every kid's got a different personality. Every kid responds to things differently. So
Yeah.
some kids, right? So there's a national movement that I'm in full agreement with. And I actually would delay longer personally, but it's called Wait Till 8. And it's not 8 years old. It's wait till 8th grade before you give your student any kind of online technology. And even then, when you give it to them, make sure that you are monitoring it as the adult, right?
Right.
To keep your kid in the crosswalk, right? To keep them from wandering in the street and this information highway where the algorithms are literally designed to be against kids. It's on purpose,
Yeah.
right? So I was at a whistleblowers conference where they said now, for if a minor posts those hot pics, like those 8th grade rules were, pretending, but if they send a real one,
Right.
on average now that every one of those, at some point it will be seen, viewed, shared, potentially sold on average 400,000 times.
Wow. So basically a half
So
million times.
So and now our kids, so our half brain kids, they're not thinking about consequences right now or in the future.
No.
So this is where we're consistently like, I've got suicidal kids almost in every single school assembly I go to. Listen, a couple weeks ago, I got done doing an assembly, and I was there the night before, and we did all those age appropriate school assemblies the next day, and I started the morning with high school at 8:00 in the morning, and then I had a 30-minute break, and then kindergarten, first and second grade, 30-minute break, and then third, fourth, and fifth grade, 30-minute break, and then finished the day with middle schoolers. That day I was handed 2 suicide notes because of mistakes. It's not if a kid makes a mistake, it's when they make a mistake online.
Yeah.
This is a rural community. Okay. This is an entire school district of less than like 1,200 kids. Okay. I had over 70 kids come talk to me about porn addictions.
70.
Asking for help. That's who came and made disclosures like immediately. I had 5 tragic situations, all of females, that were revealing familial sexual abuse, 3 by young older brothers, 1 by an uncle, 1 by a stepfather. I had 2 students who revealed that they had met a complete stranger in person. They first met online and within moments were violently sexually assaulted.
In person.
There, yes. So last year in our school assemblies, so we do anonymous voluntary surveys, 6th grade through 12th grade, and we're measuring their vulnerabilities. And roughly 44% of the students that we surveyed indicated that they have met a complete stranger in person they first met online.
Wow. So yeah, they've just been lured out. They got hooked in.
No creepy vehicle, no abduction.
No.
It's all about life online.
Let's meet at McDonald's or 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
The good news is so the kids take the survey at the end of our assemblies. They tell us what they've done. Now that you've experienced this life-changing assembly, where are you at now? Right under 86% of those kids say, I'm never doing that again.
Right.
That's rewarding.
That's
where I believe in kids. There's a hero in every one of them. Yeah, they're half-brain heroes. Some of them are knuckleheads, but we love them and we care about them. And it's like, we want to invest in them. And that's why, honestly, I'm not angry at them. The deck is stacked against them.
You can't be. You can't be. They're so easily duped because it's, especially in this day and age of, have your presence out there on social media and whatnot. So it's so easy for them to, I've been scammed a couple of times just trying to promote the show and stuff. And so now I've got that discerning eye, and I look at everything, my wife even, says, that sounds a little fishy. You might want to check that out. And it is, half the time, it's the old proverb. If it doesn't sound right, it ain't, and
so we foremost tell parents to not live in fear of this, but to use wisdom. And that's where for every kid's got to be different. The primary thing. So there are tools out there. So one of the tools that we recommend is there's, and again, this is on our website and our resources, but there's multiple options for once your kid gets to 8th grade. I actually prefer 16 years old before they have access to an internet phone, smartphone. But the wait till 8 movement is good. It's wait till 8th grade, but even then make sure that you're there's technology you can put on technology to keep you safer from technology. Right. One of the things we recommend, and we don't get any resources or money for saying this, but the Bark phone is probably one of the best. It's a cool looking phone. It's not like a dorky phone. So your kid's not ostracized as the nerd kid with, a dumb looking phone. It's a cool looking phone, but for the adult in their life or a parent, whoever it might be, that thing can come locked down so that everything that your kid's doing on that phone. The beauty of that system is that as your kid grows, and here's the key word, trust. As you and your student develop trust with each other, you can release the parameters a little bit.
Right.
But you can still monitor.
Yep.
So as your 8th grader goes in, now 9th grader, now 10th grader, now heading off to college. Once they're in college, like hopefully the standards and the the bar's been raised so high for how they're going to be safe in their online lives that they're not going to cross it. So my dog Bandit, right after all the years, even though he's
back to Bandit
a little bit ago, there's a line in the yard he won't cross without going on the leash, and that's just been trained. So it's the same. So this is why we've developed what we're doing in schools. So like start at the youngest ages, begin to train our students along with adults in the community. Go, we're not against you. We're not against technology. We're going to give you every tool possible to help you be safer. And so that's really what we're encouraging parents. To your question, don't be in fear of this. Use wisdom, and with that realm, you're going to have to put some effort into it. So you can't use device as a lazy babysitter anymore because you can't trust what's happening.
Yeah. And that's part of the problem is, it's so easy just to hand them a tablet. Oh yeah, just play that game or whatever. And then while they're playing that game, all these other little things start filtering their way in, and they start to lose them. And then don't let your parents know about this or whatever. And it's absolutely disgusting, and it's scary. It's so scary as us as parents, just even knowing that happens. I mean, it just makes you want to put them in a bubble and never let them out, but you got to. I mean, we all got to grow up, and we all got to be able to do that. We are talking with